friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Rachelle. Today I am back with another book video. For my reading goal this year, I have set it to 45 books and I have only read 32 books so far. So in this video, I will be doing a 24-hour readathon. Yes, I will be dedicating 24 hours to reading to encourage myself to read more, and hopefully this will make me a little bit closer to reaching my reading goal this year. In this reading vlog, I want to read 2 books. The first book I plan to read is The Stationery Shop by Marjan and Kamali. This is a romance historical fiction novel. It tells the story of Roya, a dreamy, idealistic teenager living amid the political upheaval of 1953 Tehran, finds a literary oasis in kindly Mr. Fakhri's neighborhood stationery shop, stocked with books and pens and bottles of jewel-colored ink. I feel like I'm pronouncing that name incorrectly, so I'm sorry. Then Mr. Fakhri, with a keen instinct for a budding romance, introduces her to his other favorite customer, handsome Bauman, who has a burning passion for justice and a love for Rumi's poetry, and Roya loses her heart at once. The relationship blossoms and their little stationery shop remains their favorite place in all of Tehran. On the eve of their marriage, Roya agrees to meet Bauman at the town square, but suddenly violence erupts, a result of the coup that forever changes their country's future. For weeks, Roya tries desperately to contact him, but her efforts are fruitless. Reluctantly, she moves on, to college in California, to another man, to a life in New England, until a chance encounter nearly 60 years later gives her the opportunity to ask him the questions that have haunted her for more than half a century. Why did you leave? Where did you go? How is it that you were able to forget me? I've never read a historical fiction novel with a strong element of romance in it, so this is going to be an interesting read for me. It's quite short. I think it's only around 310 pages. So in this 24-hour readathon, I definitely want to be able to finish this book. The next book I plan to read is The Toll by Neal Shusterman. This is the 3rd book in the Arc of Sith series. I read the other 2 books a few weeks ago and I really enjoyed it, so I needed to pick up the 3rd book. And my goal is to finish the entire series by the end of the year, so that's why I added the 3rd book to this readathon. This is the 3rd book in the series, so when I talk about this book in this readathon, I'm gonna try my best to keep it spoiler free. Also, this book is kind of thick. It is like 620 pages, so I don't think I'm gonna finish it in this reading vlog, but I definitely want to start it and just see how much I can read of it in this 24-hour period. Before we get into this video, I want to introduce you to Ana Luisa, who is the sponsor of today's video. Thank you, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring this video. I have worked with Ana Luisa in the past and I'm so excited to be partnering with them again because I absolutely love their jewelry. My usual clothing style is very simple and basic. It's nothing too bold or fancy. I love dressing down so I can dress it up with a bit of jewelry, especially jewelry from Ana Luisa. I personally think Ana Luisa's pieces always finish my outfit. What I really love about Ana Luisa is their approach to sustainable fashion. They have managed to offset 100% of their carbon emissions, starting from how they source their raw materials all the way to the disposal of their pieces. Something you should also know about Ana Luisa's jewelry is that they are all hypoallergenic, which is so important to me because I have very sensitive skin. I am currently wearing a few of their pieces, but for this partnership, Ana Luisa was kind enough to send my way 3 more of their pieces. The first piece I received are these hoop earrings. This style is called the Cuidado. I think these earrings give off a really classy and elegant look because of the thickness of the hoops, but even though the hoops are thick, they are actually very lightweight, so they definitely won't be uncomfortable for your ears. The second piece I got is this necklace. This style is called Hannah. I absolutely love the vintage look this necklace gives off. What's unique about this necklace is that it has a mother of pearl disc pendant with a rose engraving on it. And last but not least, I have one of their stackable ring sets. This style is called Lily White. I love stackable rings because it gives you more options on how to wear them. You can wear the rings on its own for a very simple look, or if you want to spice it up a little bit, you can stack the rings on top of each other too. This stack from Ana Luisa is honestly the perfect stack because the gold and white look so nice together. This wave detail the rings have going on is also super cute. This ring set also comes in green and black, but of course I chose the white. If you feel like treating yourself or a loved one to something special, I will have my link to Ana Luisa's website in the description box below. They currently have a holiday sale going on until December 20th, which is buy one get one 50% off. And after December 20th, they have an end of year sale, which is 20% off site-wide and up to 70% off selected items. Also, if you use my code RachelleOut20, you can get 20% off your order. There are lots of ways to save when you shop with Ana Luisa this holiday season. So you should definitely check out Ana Luisa because their pieces make the perfect gift. Thank you again, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring this video. And without further ado, let's get into this 24-hour readathon. I actually decided that I will start this reading vlog at midnight, so I will see you guys guys in a little bit. Hello guys, it is 12:01 a.m. I've got the stationery shot with me right here. Let the 24-hour readathon begin. I am 122 pages into the book. I just finished chapter 12. Where I'm at right now in the book, Roya and Bauman have graduated high school and they've fallen in love and they have gotten engaged as well. But because Bauman is so deep into the political world, that forced him to have to leave his hometown for a little bit just to keep himself and his family safe from the people who are against the party that he's voting for. Because Bauman had to leave his hometown for a little bit, he actually left his fiancée Roya behind as well. Quite a bit of time passes and obviously Bauman misses Roya, so he decides to come back and he tells Roya to meet him at this place at this time. But unfortunately at their meeting place, violence erupts and it turns out that Bauman is a no-show. One of my first thoughts upon starting this book is that this book starts off in the present day and then it quickly jumps to the past and it stays in the past for a while. This was kind of new to me because I find with most historical fiction novels, the story alternates back and forth between past and present timelines. I'm also noticing that the writing and the tone is a little different depending on which character the chapter focuses on, which is a good thing. For example, there's this one chapter that's basically told from Bauman's mom's perspective, and she hates Roy and how she's in her son's life. The tone in this chapter is so different because you can actually feel the disgust she has towards Roya. Her emotions are just conveyed through the writing and the language. Like she refers to Roya, who is her son's fiance, as the girl, that girl, this girl. There's just so much attitude there and that's just so rude of her. I'm honestly kind of here for it. Not because of how horrible Bauman's mom is, but because of how clear the emotion is embedded within the writing. My last thought so far is just how I really don't like how lovesick Roya is for Bauman. I think young love and just having hope is great, but in the context of this story, Roya's love for Bauman just made her really naive and that bothers me. It's currently 5:20 a.m. My brain isn't really working right now. Honestly, I'm kind of tired and I think it's affecting my reading. I definitely feel like I'm a slow reader, but because I'm tired, I'm reading even slower than usual. So I kind of want to take a power nap. I think I'm going to wake up at 7 a.m. so it just gives me about an hour and a half to nap. I will see you guys then. Good morning guys, I got a couple hours of sleep so that felt really good. When I woke up I read a little bit more but I didn't film myself reading. After reading a couple of chapters though, I decided to make myself an omelet for breakfast. In this omelet we've got some turkey bacon and spinach. I've also got some coffee with me. There's nothing better than starting a day full of reading with a good breakfast. Okay guys, so I'm popping in for a little reading update. Remember how I told you that Bauman basically left Roya behind? Well, it's official, he didn't come back for her. Honestly, he's kind of a jerk because he just completely moved on and he made no effort to actually see Roya again one last time. I honestly don't know if it's his choice to do that or his mother's. I really wouldn't be surprised if he was just following his mother's lead though. But because Bauman never came back for Roya, Roya is now starting a new life in the US. I'm just about to start that part in the book. Honestly, I'm kind of proud of her. She's making a new life for herself and she's not letting some man control her life. Okay guys, it is 12:40 p.m. I have about 80 pages left of this book. Where I'm at right now in the book, Roya is now in the US. She actually manages to build a better life for herself for the most part. I guess you can say in her personal life at least. As far as her education and work life, it's practically 1960 and it's upsetting how she's still part of the minority of women who wanted to work. She excelled in school but she's struggling to find a job simply because these jobs prefer to have men employed over women. Because Roya is a woman, literally the only job she can secure is the lowest position out there. Most of the women like herself self were happy to stay at home and keep house for their husbands. And it's actually really sad that that was expected of women back in the day. I just could not imagine living in a world where I just couldn't work. But Roya's work life is not the only problem she has in her life. I can't really say much because of spoilers, but after everything she's been through, her life starts to get better, but then it just quickly starts spiraling again. I honestly feel like Roya's life is like a roller coaster. Anyways, guys, I don't have much left of the book. I definitely think I'm gonna finish this book today. Right now, I'm gonna make myself a quick lunch. I think I'm gonna make myself some cauliflower rice. After I eat, you know, I'm just gonna continue reading this book and hopefully I can finish within the next couple hours. Okay guys, it is currently 4:30 p.m. and I just finished the stationery shop. Let's talk about my final thoughts of this book. When I first started reading this book, I thought this book was going to be politically heavy because Bauman was basically a political activist, and I really wasn't looking forward to it because politics was always something that was so hard for me to wrap my head around. But I'm happy to say the politics in this book wasn't very dense and it was definitely manageable. So for those of you who aren't really big on reading politically heavy stories like myself, don't be afraid to try out this book. Also, I know now what happened between Bauman and Roya and why they never worked out. I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but all I'm gonna say is that betrayal really sucks. You feel like you can trust someone, but sometimes they turn against you, sometimes because of what they believe is right or for their own selfish reasons. I just think this book is a very good reminder that as humans, we do have flaws. This book is definitely a very reflective book because this story actually got me thinking about true love and soulmates. I mean, Roya and Bauman have been in love since a very young age, but unfortunately they were separated for years, thinking that they would never actually see each other again. But their paths cross again when they are so much older and they are both able to get the closure that they both needed. I guess the lesson I kind of learned here is that if it is really true love, you'll somehow find your way back to each other no matter how much time it takes. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but I don't know, this book did something to me. It actually made me believe in soulmates. On Goodreads, I ended up giving this book a 3-star rating. Okay, it is time to get into the next book of this reading vlog, which is The Toll by Neal Shusterman. This book is a thick one and I'm honestly not going to finish it by the end of the day, but I'm just going to try to see how much I can get through in the next 7-ish hours. Okay guys, it is currently 8:28 p.m. So far I am 55 pages into The Toll. Honestly, if I'm gonna be really honest, I'm having a little bit of a difficult time getting into it right now. The pacing is just starting off really slow and I get why, because it's a really thick book, and I'm sure because it's thicker, there's more plot, and obviously you don't want to race through the plot. So I can understand why the book is starting off a little bit slow. I feel like I might also think it's a little bit slow because the second book in the series, Thunderhead, literally ended off with a cliffhanger, and I guess going into this book, I was just kind of dying to know what happened next and just continue the action, the story of where it left off in the second book. While this book does start to resolve some of the issues left unresolved in Thunderhead, the main cliffhanger event in the second book just hasn't been addressed yet in this book. I'm just gonna push through it, keep reading, and hopefully some of the answers that I'm looking for will actually be revealed to me. Alright guys, it is now midnight on the dot. That means this 24-hour readathon is now complete. Recapping what I've done in this 24-hour readathon, I read one book, which is The Stationery Shop, and I also got to page 114 in The Toll. Honestly, I think reading 114 pages of this book is a good start. Where I've read up to so far in this book, I do have some thoughts that I do want to share with you. I've actually started to get some of the answers that I've been waiting for, and I had to read just about 90 pages before I got those answers. As I'm currently reading this book though, I'm actually realizing that I missed some of the characters from this series like Citra and Rowan. I read Thunderhead not that long ago, but in between that book and this book, I did read a few other books, and I guess the characters of this series just kind of drifted to the back of my mind. So picking up this book was just kind of nice to be thrown back into the world. In this book, there are also a lot of new characters introduced, and I just think that makes the story a little bit more full and more exciting. I did say that this book did start off pretty slow, but as I'm making progress through this book. I'm really starting to like it, and I think the good stuff is only just beginning. So I am excited to keep reading this book and see where it goes. But yeah, those are all of my thoughts I have so far on this book. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel. Also, if any of you have read either of these books in this vlog, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys think about them. Before I go though, I just want to thank Anna Louise again for sponsoring this video. You can check them out at the link in my description box. Don't forget they currently have a holiday sale going on, and after the holiday sale, they will have an end of year sale. And you can also use my code RachelleOut20 to get 20% off your entire order. But keep in mind though that you can't use my code on top of the sales they already have going on. And I guess with that, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye now!
Pull the key out the ignition. Run your mouth but I never listen. You hold me back, will never last. Keep talking all your shit. Wondering how all this started. You left me broken hearted. You flip my words, yeah, this love hurts. Keep talking all your shit.